Hey everybody, today we're going to be covering the updated version of the ARK Battle in Eternal Lands. So this battle has changed pretty drastically since it first came out last Eternal Lands, so I wanted to cover it. This is going to be a bit different of a video for me, just so you guys know. I had something going on today where I wasn't able to do my normal talking while I do the event, so this is going to be a voiceover of the recording. I was still able to do the event and still record it, so this is kind of a voiceover. So we'll jump right into it. So right now at the start, you're going to be seeing the fact that you can send your marches to the ARK ahead of time. So we're 2 minutes ahead. I saw as early as 3.5 hours ahead that you were able to send. So here I'm showing you the battle log, where you can see up at the top, you can see that you can how many alliance members, how many allies, and how many enemies are in that particular ARK. So there are currently 12 different ARKs, level 1, level 2, and level 3 like before. Level 1's the least amount of points, level 2, level 3, obviously same order. Some things to note about the alliance, allies, and enemies is that your alliance you will not fight. You will actually fight your allies, and you will fight your enemies. So keep that in mind, as you will fight your own server in this. It's not just your server versus other servers, it's your alliance versus every other alliance. So how it's going to work is once everybody has sent their marches in, it starts, or once it opens, it starts a 5-minute timer. That 5-minute timer is kind of like your prepare for battle type of timer, where anybody that wants to join in this ARK battle sends their march. Whether they send one tile or a full march or whatever they want to send, they will send it. What the game will automatically do at that point is it will randomly select somebody that is not in your alliance, and it will randomly select who is the attacker and who is the defender, and you guys will start a fight. If you win your fight, you stay in the ARK as a vanguard. If you lose the fight, your march gets sent home. At that point, you get to decide whether you want to stay in the ARK or recall, but you still stay a vanguard. So I'll show you here in a little while. I know it's in here where it'll show that I'm still a vanguard even though I got defeated. So once you've won one battle in an ARK, you stay a vanguard at that ARK forever. Well, I shouldn't say forever, for that round of ARK, which is 1 hour. Each 1 hour time slot is 12 battles every 5 minutes. So you could actually, there's the achievement for 40 ARK battles. You can get all those done in one ARK if you have a fast enough march to get to all 4 or even all 12 of the ARKs later on. So right now you can see right here we went into the countdown till round 1. You'll see people are still sending. Probably some people are going to be pulling back, kind of deciding what they want to do. So I fast forward here ahead, I skipped a bit, so we're at 13 seconds. So at about 5 seconds, it starts doing kind of a cool countdown. It's unique to the game. They don't really have anything like this where they have anything like this before, but now you see all the battles are starting. So whole big fight and everything. If you actually, I'm going to pause it right here. If you look over at the left side of the screen, you'll see one of my marches actually lost, and you can see on my screen right now it says defeat. So that march is getting sent home, while I believe, if I remember right, on this one, the other 3 all won, and they're all going to be staying. Oh, no, there's another one that lost also, so that one's going to get sent home too. If you click, I'm going to go back just a second. If you click on the ARK now and you look in this battle log screen, you can see everybody that fought in this ARK. So I'm on Molten ARK 2. These are the first 4 fights. Well, my fight and then the other 3 first fights. So all different. So everybody's not necessarily, on the left side isn't necessarily my alliance. It's just 2 random people. So it's me versus somebody not in my alliance, and so on and so forth. So you can see up at the top now it's showing what's left in that ARK also. So you have 12 of my alliance, 6 of my allies, and 154 enemies still. So you can see here, if you hit details, it will show you what you have left in that ARK. So I still have a full march here. So That's how that works. If you hit join battle, it will only let you send one march. The second tab is the alliance score. So based upon how your team does, whether you win or you're unmatched, you get points. I wasn't able to figure out how many points it was just because of how many battles were going on. If it was less battles, I probably could have worked it out, but it's just a crazy amount of battles and points getting tossed around. So actually, remaining members, I have 6 remaining members here and 160 points. Yeah, because that doesn't even make sense, because I was going to say 160 divided by 6, but that's not really an even number of any sort. That'd be, let's see, to put the 4 there, yeah, that'd be like 24.5 points or something crazy like that. Don't quote me on that number. I'm not in a math mood right now. So, but you get points if you win, and you get a little bit less points if you are unmatched. So there's always going to be an odd person out or some odd people out, just unless everybody sends the exact same number of troops and the game mathematically figures it out. But that is kind of how that works. So here you can see the Vanguard. So I won my first battle. So you'll see up here, Vanguard, my progress, it says a 1 of 1. So on Molten Arc 2, I'm technically a Vanguard now. And what that would mean is, going forward, if my alliance takes one of these top 3 spots, so your alliance score, and your alliance score is in one of the top 3 spots, you get a Vanguard reward if you have won a battle in that arc. If you didn't win a battle but your alliance won, everybody in the alliance still gets these rewards over here. But these are only for people, probably getting a little sloppy there, sorry. These are only for people that the alliance is in one of those 3 spots at the end of the arc, and they've all won a battle, at least one battle. If you win more, you don't get more rewards, just so you know, but that's how those work. So I know I have a lot. I think I have another like 4 or 5 minutes of footage here. I'm not going to keep going through it because it's pretty simple, but I'm going to talk a little more about some strategies here. So some strategies could be, it all depends on your server and what you're up against. So a lot of people are saying, oh, this favors the big servers, and in ways it does. So we're facing server 1112, and they could probably fill all 4 arcs right now by themselves. But the ways that a smaller server could coexist in this event is single tile marches, and in those marches everybody sends to every arc. So you're having 170 people in an arc, because if you looked right there for a second, I'm gonna have to fast forward a little bit. If you look right there for a second, you'll see end of that battle there is, I think I saw like 87 enemies in there. So if you had 170 people in there, you're going to be unmatched and you're going to be getting points. Your goal is just to be in the top 3. Obviously, the more points you get, the better. But you can see here, I'm just showing you guys my march didn't get touched much again, so my other marches did. You can see kill face, apologies, but you kind of drew a short straw having to fight somebody significantly tougher. So that is kind of the downside to ARC if you're going to send full marches, is you kind of have to hope and pray against who your opponent's going to be. So I think on this one I might get I think I got a tougher opponent, and I think they actually beat me. Or is that the next? I think that's the next one. So depending on who your opponent is, you could draw the weakest person in EL. You could also draw the toughest person in EL. So you never know what you're going to get. So you got to kind of play this to your strengths and how your server wants to deal with it. And you guys kind of all have to be on the same page, because you don't want to be sitting here throwing troops into ARC while nobody else is, just basically to be losing troops. So it's best if definitely everybody needs to participate, but you all need to be on the same page of, hey, we're going for first, we all need to send full marches, or hey, we're just trying to get on the board even with unmatched, or winning simple marches with just 1 tile. So another thing I didn't mention, I do want to mention, is that this is considered a neutral building. So neutral buildings are things like tiles and obviously ARK here, where if you fight in them, your troops go to your repair factory before they start becoming wounded or demoted, things like that. So you want to definitely kind of keep that in mind, as you could always just send one march of a wounded size to an ARK if you wanted to just keep doing it over and over again, because it only costs like 200 gems to fix your entire repair bay, depending on how big your repair bay is. So I think I'm going to cut it off at this point. So I've kind of given you guys some strategies, what you can do and how you want to do it. You can see here I'm showing you the rewards of what happened. So the first one there was my participation rewards. So this one is my Vanguard, and then the top one was my Alliance for just one of the ARKs. We didn't place in any of the other ones. We just placed in that one ARK where we got third place. So I hope you all like the content. Let me know what you guys think of this version of the video. It kind of gives me a little more flexibility to pause and talk instead of having to focus on the game, but at the same time I'm not being able to click around like I normally would, because I could show you guys a lot more things that I normally could. So you do get military tokens for kills in this, just so you guys know. The kills in ARK do count towards the EL total, so you do get military tokens and they do count towards your achievements. So don't forget about that, especially for smaller servers. If you think you're going to get wiped off the map really quick, definitely try to capitalize on the ARK then. At least get your kills and your tokens and stuff from Eternal Lands. So I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Please remember to like and subscribe, and see ya.